You know, I'm pretty worked up tonight about everything that's going on with the big banks, all these things that are happening over there in Texas right now. A lot of friends of mine are stuck at home in this, flash storm that has hit Texas and hit a lot of states of just insane cold weather. What does that have to do with silver? Well, there's a channel out there called Arcadia Economics. A great guy named Chris runs it. And he put it all on the line recently, like within the last day, and just went to, I believe it's downtown Austin, Texas. And this patriot of a man goes and shows that the bank's lights are on while Texans are suffering. While people are literally dying from the cold weather, the banks have their power on in, of all places, their parking garages. And justifiably so, this man who runs Arcadia Economics, Chris, was losing it. And as someone in the silver space, I'm a much smaller channel than his, but you can tell a man's character by how when everything is coming down on him, it really shows the true colors of somebody. And this man went in the cold weather and showed the world, yeah, these banks still got their lights on. And to you, Chris, I want to tell you, I support you. I think you're a patriot. I commend you. Bravo, sir. I watched those videos and I'm heated. It gets me emotional. I'm over here in California and we have great weather over here. And so I can't feel the actual cold weather that you're out there enduring, but I can see a patriot for what it is, for who he is. And what you're doing out there, the streets are empty. This guy got in a car accident, drove his car down to the downtown area in Texas over there and goes and shows the world that rather than sitting at home, by a fire pit or whatever it is, he goes and shows the world that and just is losing it on camera. And you know what? A day or two might go by and he might go, oh, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe, you know what? Bravo, sir. All the silver squirrels out there, show your support to this man. A great patriot. And I just wanted to start out by saying that. And with that being said, we are going to talk about this potential silver short squeeze on this live stream and how people can actually get back at the bank. They can actually get back at the bank, get back at JP Morgan, get back at Mr. Diamond over there at JP Morgan. So, Chris, I just wanted to say I have nothing but support for you, man. And that was just, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I empathize with you. Yeah, it's gotten me riled up, everybody. So I want to talk about SLV. I want to talk about PSLV. I want to talk about the details. I want to talk about mining stocks, which mining stock that I think might be the best one. I want to talk in this live stream all about physical silver demand, what I think these big companies should be doing, what could cause a potential silver short squeeze, and who's really behind all of this manipulation and corruption in silver. I spent a lot of time going through this, and we've talked about this in numerous videos in the past, but some new things have come to light, and I wanted to share that in this live stream. I've been notified of this new Reddit community called WallStreetSilver. This is not WallStreetBets. This is called WallStreetSilver, and they actually have about 30,000 members in them. It actually has about 30,000 members there, and I got to commend them for creating that. So let's talk about all of this. I just first wanted to say for this individual from Arcadia Economics to go out there and to his 40,000, I believe, subscribers, show what was going on and that these banks had their lights on when everybody was suffering over there and the energy company had their lights on while everybody in their parking garages of all places, it was really something, and bravo, sir. Yeah, I'm literally, all right. I want to talk about this, but that's gotten me riled up. And if you haven't seen that, then I'd recommend going and showing your support to this man. Going and showing your support. Yeah, literally my hand is like shaking. PSLV is, well, let's start with SLV. Personally, I guess the first thing I got to say here is this is not financial advice. Everything I say on this channel, including everything in this video, is not to be taken as financial advice. This is my personal opinion. You are to take whatever is said here for opinion based on, not on fact, just my personal opinion. It's education based on my personal opinion. Could be wrong. Got to say that disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a Series 7. Disclaimer. All right, with that out of the way, let's get to talking about this situation here. SLV is controlled by JP Morgan. SLV, the custodian for SLV is JP Morgan. That silver is in their vaults. A huge position in SLV is Citadel, who is a notable short seller. So why would they be buying physical silver, would you ask yourself? Well, in my personal opinion, they need to know that physical silver is there to cover a potential short squeeze on them. So they have their buddies manipulating it and buying into it. Something big about SLV that a lot of people aren't talking about is the fact that if you wanted to get the delivery of goods, you have to be a big bank. So if you actually wanted to get your physical silver from your SLV position, from that ETF, you wouldn't be able to as the average, investor, myself included. Knowing that, I'm not interested in SLV anymore. At all. At all, knowing that. I already was skeptical about it. Then I found out after first looking at it, then I got notified that JP Morgan is the custodian for SLV. And so that just tells me corruption is breeding there. And Jamie Dimon, I just think you are a real piece of work, buddy. You're a real piece of work, buddy. And I hope that the world eventually sees all the things that you do, Mr. Dimon. I hope the world sees it. And I hope it really gets out there. And I hope that this whole Reddit crowd, this Reddit community, rather than just focusing on the next quick pump and dump type situation. And by the way, I don't want to just call what happened a pump and dump because it was historic what happened with GameStop. It was a beautiful historic moment where the people got together and actually stuck it to the hedge funds and made them scared, genuinely made them scared. And that was just bravo for that. But now we're turning into it with the GameStop and the AMC. Now it's just, it's past that. The statement's been made. Now we're looking for the next short position. Everybody's looking for the next thing to short squeeze, whatever it might be. But rather than looking for these, overvalued, creating realistically, GameStop wasn't looking too hot prior to this situation. That's why it was being shorted. Not that I agree with them shorting it into oblivion, but it wasn't that great of a company. So you had a situation where you made a ton of money on the short squeeze on this random, fluke of a situation there. What about looking at something that actually is a real asset? Looking at something that is actually being used, something that the banks have been manipulating for a very long time. So I know that this WallStreetBets community isn't the WallStreetSilver community, but to see the WallStreetSilver community starting to grow on Reddit, 30,000 members, it's growing. We'll see how much it continues to grow. But I hope that same crowd that was around the WallStreetBets community starts seeing what's going on with silver. Because a lot of people consider silver like the poor man's gold, and it's not. Silver is not the poor man's gold. Gold is money. That's what gold is. And silver is something that is used in industry. And right now, being used more than ever. More than ever. So if you could imagine you're JP Morgan and you signed a contract to provide over the next year to Sony tons and tons of silver, and you put that contract in at 24, 25, and you have those short positions, and you have to actually provide the physical silver from your vaults to Sony, to Tesla, to all of these tech companies that need the silver for their products. This phone you're looking at, the computer, these electric cars, solar panels, they need silver. They need it. And they have to sign the contract to provide the physical silver to these companies. So if the price has gone up, obviously they don't want the price to go up. They've already signed the contracts to provide the silver. So they're in a very tough position there. And so now they control the silver that's in the vaults for SLV. But what's different about PSLV is you can actually, as the average investor, be able to ask for your physical silver from them. Now, there's going to be a hefty premium to do that, but knowing that you have the option to get your physical silver from PSLV because it's actually held by, I believe it's the Royal Canadian Bank that holds it, the Royal Canadian Mint that holds the silver. So you actually have that option to get the physical silver, which is something that SLV only gives to the big banks. So in my personal opinion, I'm interested in PSLV now. That's what I'm interested in. If there was one stock that I'm interested in silver, it is going to be PSLV. SLV is corruption, in my opinion, at this point. And I wanted to make this live stream to talk about that. Anything to do with JP Morgan, what would be the best situation is knowing that just what they have in SLV and what they have in their vaults, that they can't corner the market. They can't corner the market if everybody continues to buy physical silver, if everybody is in PSLV, if everybody is holding their physical silver. Well, they're going to eventually have to provide their silver to the industry. All the contracts that they've made with Sony, with all these companies, eventually they're going to have to actually provide that physical silver. And so they can try as much as they want to short and do all these paper contracts. But as more people get turned on to understanding that this is not poor man's gold, silver, and I chose this 1,000-ounce bar on the left of me for a very specific reason. This is a assay bar from 1951 from the New York Assay Office. You had to actually take silver certificates, quite a few of them, quite a few silver certificates to get this actual COMEX bar. It's 1,061 troy ounces from the New York Assay Office of 1951. If you're not following me on my Instagram, at Rob Sultan on Instagram, I'm going to post, I think I might have already posted a picture of this one specifically, but I actually have two of them. I have two of them that were made side by side of these COMEX bars. They're from 1951 from the actual New York Assay Office, back when our money was real. And so I chose this one for a specific reason, because somebody went to the assay office, said, here's my silver certificates. I want to pay the premium. I want 1,061 troy ounce bar, and I'm going to take delivery of that bar. I want it. I want the physical silver. And so I chose this bar specifically from the history behind it, so we can talk about taking delivery, having the actual physical metal. And I think that if there was a movement, where everybody was talking about GameStop, this here, we the people, is a far more righteous movement. We the people who want to hold silver as our money is a righteous movement. In my personal opinion, I think that is a righteous movement in comparison to, GameStop or a movie company, or the AMC and all of that. This silver, actually having physical silver, there is two things going on right there that is actually sticking it to a Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan. Okay. The first thing is they have been manipulating the silver market for a very, 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 very long time. And if you don't believe me, look it up. They have settled multiple times for manipulation in the silver market. Now, the next thing is, how does a bank get their power? Well, you give them free loans. You watching this, if you have a bank account at Chase or whatever commercial bank, that is how they get their power. You give them $100,000 to hang on to. Well, guess what? They're not a reserve bank. They now have your $100,000 and do whatever they want with it. They can short with it. They can, mess with silver with it. They can do whatever they want with your money that you let them hold. And when you look at your screen and you see a digital number on your screen and you see, I have 100,000 in this bank account, that's just a digital number on a screen. It's not a blockchain. It's not in a vault anywhere. It is being played with. It is being given out as loans. There's all kinds of things going on there with these big banks. It's sickening. It's sickening. And again, all of this is my opinion. It might not be fact. Could be education, could be entertainment. Just my opinion, could not be fact. Disclaimer. But how do you get that back at the bank? In my personal opinion, not only making them provide the silver to all of the companies that they have signed into contracts to provide the actual physical silver to, but then asking for an audit I want an audit of JP Morgan's vaults. I want a monthly, weekly audit. I want to really press them to show how much silver is in their vaults. And I think the public should demand this. How much silver do you have, Jamie Dimon? Is it all tested? Has there been an XRF machine testing each and every single bar? Well, we want to know. We want to know, Jamie Dimon, how much silver do you really have? We want to know. And until then, let's go ahead and instead, myself personally, what I'm going to do with my money, if I do get into stocks, right now everybody knows I don't have any stocks. All I have is physical silver. But if I am going to get into a stock, it's going to be PSLV. And if I am going to get into a mining stock, it's going to be First Majestic Silver. Because you know what? I've been watching the interviews from the CEO of First Majestic, and that's a noble man right there. That is a noble man. The CEO of First Majestic, he is a very smart individual, and he makes a very logical argument. Every time I see him talking, I've watched all of his interviews here on YouTube, and I recommend looking up First Majestic CEO. I believe his name, I wrote it down over there, Keith Neumeyer. Keith Neumeyer. Some really great stuff he's talking about, but the two options in my mind is physical silver, which yes, there's a big premium on it right now, and also actually going into PSLV instead of SLV myself. That's what I'm going to do myself if I do get into a silver stock. And if I'm going to get into a silver mining stock, it is going to be First Majestic. It is heavily shorted. First Majestic is heavily shorted, and I don't believe it should be shorted as much as it is. After you hear the CEO speak, the guy's a pretty smart guy, pretty smart dude. And he's very noble. Usually the mining companies don't look after their investors in the same way that I'm hearing him talk about his investors. So Keith is my support, just like Chris over at Arcadia Economics has my support, because the two very noble patriots in my opinion. And I got nothing but the utmost respect for both of them. But for SLV, I have finally realized that one fact, there's obviously the fact that it's JP Morgan's vaults here, but the fact is they are manipulating that is their little manipulative circle right there. And so my thing to talk about mainly on this live stream is I don't believe in SLV. And furthermore, it bothers me that only banks can ask for physical delivery of the goods. So there's a lot of loopholes there. There's a lot of fine print there, including their management. They can sell silver for management expenses. And Jamie Dimon's a tricky little slimy. I'm trying to maintain myself. I hope the public finally gets awakened to you, Mr. Dimon. I hope the public finally sees what true corruption looks like, in my opinion. In my opinion, I could be wrong that you're extremely corrupt. I could be wrong. Just saying. Could be wrong, might not be fact. But, I think people should be turned on to the possibility that you're extremely corrupt and have been corrupt for a very, very long time. That everything I saw earlier in the Texas situation with Chris over there, it's gotten under my skin, as you all can probably tell. Everybody who smashes that like button, everybody that's saying smash the like, you guys are saying in the comments, I really appreciate it. If you hit the like button, it does get this video out to more people. So if you could smash that like button, this is a message that I really do want to get out there to the general masses. And this video will be posted. All my live streams are posted. And if you want to be notified of the next live stream, if you click subscribe and then the bell afterwards and then click all notifications, you'll be notified of all future videos on this channel. And I'm learning from all of you as well from my Instagram. I'm going through all the DMs that everybody's sending me on my Instagram. And if I miss your comment over here, shoot me a DM on Instagram if you have some things that I've missed out on, because all the silver squirrels here, we got kind of a silver squirrel community growing here, which is amazing. And I'm learning from all of you and all the DMs that I'm getting. It's not only questions, it's also people saying, hey, you missed out on touching on this subject. Hey, SLV has this and that about it that you need to talk about. I really appreciate all the DMs I've been getting on my Instagram. So everybody that's gone and followed me on Instagram, at Rob Sultan on Instagram, shoot me a DM. If I miss out on some things here, please do point that out in my DMs. I'm going through all of them. It's taken me a little while. I apologize if it's taken me a while, but I will get back to every single person that sends me a DM on my Instagram. Back to this subject here. This is not gold. I have publicly said that I like Bitcoin more than gold. I like Bitcoin more than gold because the whole argument behind gold, and this is coming from a full-time precious metals dealer, the problem with gold is there is no industrial use of it. And I know they say, oh, we have to plate things in it and this, but the industrial use case is very, very slim when you compare it with silver. Silver is being used in electric cars, solar panels, all kinds of electric components. The phone you might be watching this on, the computer you might be watching this on. Silver is a crazily needed metal in industry. So not only is it considered money, but it is also a needed metal in industry. So that is why it's so heavily manipulated. And to see right now, to look on my phone and to see that silver's down right now. I mean, it's still at 26.74 on the ask, but to see silver down and metals taking a little bit of a down day right now, and the dollar index up at $90.61 is the most backwards thing ever. It is so backwards, and it is all smoke and mirrors, in my personal opinion, to do a $3 trillion stimulus package that then goes into the commercial banks. Where do you go get that? Where does that money go? Where do you get your $1,400 check? Or is it a $1,200 check? I forget. I'm not getting it. But if you, where that money goes into a commercial bank. So if you bank at Chase, if you bank at Bank of America, it goes into there, who then has 0% interest rates that they can give out loans at will on that $3 trillion. So that $3 trillion essentially went right into Jamie Dimon's pocket, and then they can give out loans and they can mess with that money because it's in their bank, and they don't have to be a reserve bank. So when that $3 trillion goes injected into the economy, it doesn't get injected into our pockets. It gets injected into the bank accounts, which is Jamie Dimon's company. It goes into their bank accounts. That's where this money goes. It goes right into your bank account, which is controlled by them. And they can use that money to short silver. They can use that money to mess around however they please. So to say that the dollar is strengthening right now with everything going on with our banks, with printing $3 trillion, with printing all of gold's market cap last year, yeah, sure. Sure, Yellen, the dollar's getting stronger. Sure. And if everybody in here could smash that like button, it will get this information out there to the masses. And I want this information to get out there because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to say the dollar is going to get stronger after this kind of dilution. You want to prove that the dollar's strong, Yellen? And Jerome Powell? This is going to be a mic drop moment right here, everybody. All my fellow silver squirrels in here. This is going to be a mic drop moment. You want to prove to me that the dollar's strong, Powell? Yellen? You want to prove it? Well, then raise the interest rates to 1%. Raise the interest rates then, Yellen. Prove it. Prove the dollar's strong enough to raise the interest rates. Go ahead. You won't do it. You won't do it. Go ahead. Raise the interest rates to 1%. Better yet, if it's so strong, make it 2%. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. They wouldn't be able to do it. They wouldn't be able to, because the second they raised it anything, let alone 1%, they raised it 0.25%, that dollar is going to crumble. The dollar is going to crumble. And when all of the loans that have been given out, and all the PPE loans and everything that they don't even have to give the money back. And you're going to tell me the dollar is strong? It's so wrong, and it makes my blood boil just knowing that I'm not an economist. I'm a precious metals dealer. I'm an entrepreneur. But for me to be talking like this when Yellen is considered an economist, that you're an economist, Yellen? Really? No, you're I don't want to say defamation comments over here, so I'm going to try to be smart about things. But I happen to think you're not being honest, Yellen. My personal opinion is I don't think you're very honest, and I think one of these days people are going to realize that there is a lot of corruption going on. And to say that the dollar is strengthening right now, okay. You have major countries saying that we're getting out of the dollar and it's evil and it's this and that. Major countries saying that right now. And the dollar index is going to go up with metals going down. Silver is more needed. If you have the new Green Deal that everybody's talking about, right? Well, you're going to need more silver than ever. And so silver should be below 30. Silver should pull back when you have the Green New Deal coming out, and that's going to be needed more than ever. Silver's going to be needed more than ever. But it's going down, and the dollar is strengthening? Interesting. So all my fellow silver squirrels out there, let's look into what the real short interest is here on silver. Let's find out who is shorting it. Why are they shorting it? I want to know all the information there. You know, in Bitcoin, you can at least see the ledgers. You know, so I want to see what kind of ledgers we have. Who's short silver right now? I guarantee you it's going to be a lot of JP Morgan, a lot of Citron, and they're going to be those people that are shorting silver right now because they know they have to provide the physical silver to the companies. And on the next thing I want to talk about in this live stream is Tesla. Elon Musk. Anybody who shares this video, anybody who gets this video out to the masses, and by the way, everybody that's been sharing my videos on Facebook and on Instagram and everything, I've been getting people posting it to their stories on Instagram, and it notifies me every time someone posts my or tags me in a post and puts me on their story, whatever. It notifies me and says, "Hey, this person put you in your story." It's happened quite a bit. And, you know, I try my best to repost it on my page and whatnot. And it's really, it's touching that this is actually helping people and they're wanting to share this message because it's a message that I think more people need to know about. More people really need to know about this. But if this could somehow get to Elon Musk, if you really want to be noble, Elon, and I criticize you for what you did with Dogecoin, but I know you have a good heart. And I know if there was one person in the world that deserves to be the wealthiest man, I'm very happy that it's Elon Musk myself personally. I'm a big fanboy of Elon Musk. Now, I didn't agree with this Dogecoin hype, and I didn't agree with finally learning the facts about Dogecoin, that there's whales that have billion-dollar positions in it way after the fact of you pumping it. You should have said that in the first place. You said, hey, I kind of like Dogecoin. It's fun and whatever. But by the way, there's a lot of whales out there that have a lot of Dogecoin and they could drop it. You know, you probably should have said that first, not later. Probably that first, you know. But on a side note, Elon, if you really wanted to make a difference, if you really wanted to help the little guy, buy silver. If you really wanted to help the little guy and you really wanted to go back to a monetary system that made sense, and you were sick of the banks that, by the way, Elon Musk, these big banks that are manipulating the silver market, well, guess what? They were the ones shorting you, ironically enough. Remember Citron? Elon? Andrew left from Citron. Do you remember when he was vocal with Jim Chanos trying to short your company into oblivion? Do you remember how much that got under your skin, Elon Musk? Do you remember that? Because I do. I remember how many people were shorting your stock, and it was namely Citron. And Jim Chanos from, I believe it's Kainikos Systems or whatever solutions, that's his company. Those two players were ones that were majorly shorting you. And I would imagine JP Morgan was in on that mix as well. So you really want to get your revenge, Elon? You really want to stick it to them? Well, guess what you should do? You should announce that Tesla bought a multi-billion-dollar position in silver. You need it for your industrial use anyway. It's heavily manipulated. It's hard to get right now. It would make a ton of sense to put that in your vaults. And if you really want to help the little guy, if you really want to help the monetary system, make an announcement that with that huge treasury of yours that is, by the way, depreciating by the day. The dollar is heavily diluted. I know it. You know it. We all know it. You got to do something with that treasury. You got to do something with it, right? You put 1.5 billion into Bitcoin. That was a bravo. That was a great move in my opinion. Buy physical silver. Buy the material that you need to make solar panels. Buy the material that you need to make your electric cars that need for all of the components. You need silver. So why not buy an undervalued asset and then force delivery? Actually get delivery of it and store it. You can do this. So this is a message that I don't know. I mean, my small YouTube channel used to be 1,000, 2,000 people less than a month ago. And so my YouTube channel from this whole situation has blown into 12,500 people. And all the people that subscribe to my channel, I'm humbled by it. I appreciate you guys all wanting to be here. And I'm going to do my best to constantly put videos like this out there, go live, talk about these issues here. And I'm just incredibly humbled by how much my page has grown from a very small YouTube page to where it is today. And it might not be a lot to a lot of people, but to me, it's just, I wake up every morning and I have to refresh it. It's the first thing I look at is my YouTube studio thing and look at it and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's this many views and there's this many subscribers. It really is, it's touching. I'm thank you so much for your support, everybody. But I wanted to put that message out there into the world, into the universe, because if more companies demand physical silver, they need it. It's not only the big banks that used to short you, Elon Musk, all the executives at Tesla. If somebody can see this from Tesla, you know, all of them were shorting you and wanting you to fail. Those big banks that wanted you to fail, well, guess what? They're trying to manipulate the silver market. They have been for a very long time. And you could put in a huge order with JP Morgan themselves to get their physical silver out of their vaults. You could do it. Put a $5 billion order in for physical silver and make it public. Just like you made that Bitcoin buy public. By the way, they've made more money off of Bitcoin than they have, I believe, off of all selling of cars. So why wouldn't you put the treasury position into a material that you need? That would give you not only a good place to park your assets, but it would also give you a strategic advantage over your competition, who might not have a treasury of $15 billion, $20 billion, that they can actually park that kind of money in the materials they need. Buy your cobalt while you're at it. Buy your lithium while you're at it. Buy all the different materials you need. But silver is something that is heavily undervalued. It is in our actual U.S. Constitution as considered to be money. The states can only make money out of silver and gold coinage. It's written in our actual U.S. Constitution. And if you really want to be with we the people, if we the people really matters to you, Elon Musk, and this Dogecoin and all that stuff, you're doing it for a genuine love of we the people. Well, do it for the document that actually wrote we the people. It says silver coinage and gold coinage is the only money the states can make in our actual constitution. That is where the term we the people came from. So if you really back we the people, Elon Musk, and everybody who shares this message, everybody who gets this out there to the masses, I hope this somehow gets to Elon Musk. I hope somehow this video gets out there on Twitter, it gets out there on Facebook, it's out there on Instagram. I hope somehow Elon Musk sees this. And I hope also that Jamie Dimon sees it. If I could just somehow and put this into the universe and those figures see it. Elon Musk that can do something about it, and Jamie Dimon that can finally go, oh, if Elon Musk buys silver, he can actually do this to 40, how many million people on his Twitter? How much money do they have in the treasury? Oh, he's liquid 15 billion in his treasury, and he can post to 46 million people that they're buying a $5 billion silver position. Oh, guys, what do we do now? What do we do now, guys? If there's one person that can actually, get back to Jamie Dimon, it's Elon Musk. And how noble of a thing would it be for you to do? All of the stars are aligning for you to do this, Elon Musk. All the stars are out there. They really are. So you need the material for your solar panels. The Green New Deal is going to make the price of silver skyrocket from all the companies that need silver to produce Green New Deal type items. Solar panels need silver. Electric cars need silver. All electrical components really need silver. So why would you not want to strategically put yourself at an advantage and have a huge silver position? And if the general masses are accumulating more and more silver, and I can tell you firsthand from knowing the wholesale markets and knowing the actual silver markets that, yeah, the demand is through the roof right now. And so to see silver price go down and the dollar showing that it's strengthening is just pure manipulation, in my opinion. Just pure manipulation. And if there was one person on the planet that could actually do something about it and tell 46 million, I believe is how many Twitter followers he has, why not stop focusing on Dogecoin, stop focusing on Doggycoin, and jokes and cute little memes, Elon Musk, and say we're buying a big silver position. All of the banks that tried to short us into oblivion, well, guess what? We got a $20 billion treasury, and we want your silver out of your vault specifically, JP Morgan. We're going to let's get a contract to get your silver, specifically your silver, out of your vaults. You know? If you want to get back at Citron and Andrew left, Elon Musk, and the people that used to short you, and probably still are shorting you right now, if you really want to get back at them, buy silver. Buy silver. That is my sell to Elon Musk on silver. If you wanted to see me in the best possible salesman form that I can be in, and I'm a salesman at the end of the day, that's my sell on Elon Musk. You have everything to gain, nothing to lose. Everything to gain, nothing to lose by buying physical silver. There is literally all the stars, pun intended, Mr. SpaceX, aligning for you to buy physical silver because you need it. You need it, and all of those people that are corrupt and were trying to short you into oblivion, they are corrupting that market, and they have been for a very long time. There's documented cases of them manipulating the metals market and then settling outside of court. There are multiple cases on this. So look into it, Elon. Think about it. Think about posting that to all of your followers that, hey, I think silver's undervalued. Why not just cut it out with a doggy coin? You know there's whales out there. You know it's manipulated. You know it's an inflationary coin. Well, what about the asset? What about the metal that's actually in the document for we the people? What about that metal? Not gold, silver. What about that metal? That's everything I wanted to talk about in this video, guys. I wanted to talk about how important it would be if he did that. It would be something special. And I hope that this message somehow reaches him. There's people that can share this message. If you want to share this message, this video will be posted. I don't know if you can do it right now on the live stream, if you can share it, but if you can share this to your social medias out there, get this message out there, would really appreciate it. If I missed on any subjects here, you want to add to some things that I said, and I missed your comment over there, we will do a Q&A, and we will get to some questions here. But look, we got people in here that are already saying, he should do it, he should do it. Oh, he won't. I want to know the truth. I want everybody to talk in the comments here. I'm going to watch them in a second here, and we will go through all of these comments. But I wanted to rant a little bit and get that off my chest, because I actually feel a little bit of a weight off me, because I would love to see that get out there to Elon Musk. I would love to see this information get out to him, because honestly, he is somebody that could do something about this, and he is somebody that needs this metal. And regardless if Elon Musk does or doesn't do it, now, here's my other sell to Elon Musk. Regardless if he does or if he doesn't, the price of silver is going to go up. In my opinion, the price of silver is going to go up because more and more physical demand. And eventually, you're going to have to pay a big premium for that silver because of the actual retail. So if Elon Musk doesn't do this, well, the retail audience is going to force that to happen eventually. Or you're just going to have to pay a lot more money for the silver that you inevitably need. So what's your choices? Get it now? Make a statement about it, or get it later and pay more. And maybe your competitor will buy it. Maybe your competitor right now is buying as much silver as they possibly can get their hands on. Maybe Sony, maybe Samsung, maybe all these companies are buying as much physical silver as they can get their hands on in hopes of charging you a bunch more money than you need to be paid, than you need to pay for your silver, Elon. Maybe there's people accumulating a silver position right now just so they can leverage it against you because you need it for your electric cars and solar panels. Do you ever think of that, Elon? So either way, you're going to need it. And there might be people that understand that this is a metal that is being gobbled up by industry. So maybe they're accumulating it. I know I'm one of them. Maybe there's more people like me. I happen to think there are. I happen to think there's a lot of silver squirrels out there, So I think they're buying. And that is the main things I wanted to talk about in this video. If this video helped you, if this is a message that you want to see reach out to more people, please do. Smash that like button. Take it out on that like button. Treat that like button like it is a big bank. Take it out on that like button. Would really appreciate it if this message could get out to more people. Really, really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. And everybody that shares these videos, gets this message out to more people, really appreciate it. And it is free to subscribe to the channel. Just click that red subscribe. All you got to do is click the red subscribe and the bell afterwards and click all notifications. You'll be notified of all my impromptu live feeds. This is one of them. This wasn't planned out. I didn't say I was going to go live right now. I just randomly get inspired by something and go live. And if you want to be notified of the live feed here with all of us fellow silver squirrels in this live feed, really, really would love to have you in the community. Just click the red subscribe down below. Again, totally free to do that. No strings attached. I'm not Jamie Dimon. Not Jamie Dimon. But let's get into some more comments here. If I did miss your comments, please shoot me a DM on my Instagram at Rob Sultan on Instagram. There's actually a photo of this bar here, so you could actually see the real hallmark of this, that it is from the 1951 New York Assay Office, back when they had to provide silver for our paper money. You'd have a silver certificate, and you would bring it to the assay office, and you demand delivery of that bar. And I felt like what a perfect item to bring out tonight and say, this is what making them provide silver looked like. Said, hey, I don't want your silver certificates. I want the actual silver. And in 1951, somebody went in there and said, I want the real silver bar, and I'm going to pay a big premium for it, but I want delivery of a real 1,061 troy ounce silver bar from you, New York Assay Office. And they stamped it New York Assay Office, and this was delivered by the actual New York Assay Office. So pretty special bar. I actually have two of them that are sequential serial number bars in my personal collection, and one of probably my favorite silver bars I've ever owned. Two Comex bars from the New York Assay Office of 1951. So flip that thing over. I'll tell you, silver shoulder press. I don't know about that, guys. You guys trying to make me break my watch or something? I will flip it around. Hang on. It's pretty dang sweet. Hang on. But so let's get to some questions here. There was a super chat earlier, and I missed that super chat. I'm sorry. I see that there was one. I was too busy rambling, but I will get to everyone's comments here, and I do really appreciate that. I'm sorry that I missed your super chat, man. I usually don't miss any of the super chats, but I did. Oh, RK Rocket Knight's in the house. RK Rocket Knight, I always like his comments. He spends a lot of time on his comments, and I appreciate you, RK Rocket Knight. You're still in the live feed. Would love your comment on this situation here. He spends a lot of time in his comments. Stephen Brown says, break silver's chains, the bullion banks, 350 million naked short, zero supply demand fundamentals allowed in manipulated commodity market, pathetic criminals, and we all can see it now. Yes. Yes, Stephen. It is a silver painted shoebox. He caught me, and this is not real silver, guys. It is what it is. You know, silver painted shoebox. Just kidding, Zilla. Zilla knows better. He's gotten silver from me. But pretty well done work here. And I'm just and if you want to know what this table really looks like from the underneath of it, I did post a picture of my table on my Instagram at Rob Sultan on Instagram. I did post the actual table so people can know how this is able to stay here and how I'm able to not break my table by doing that. But it's a heavy bar. One ounce minnow, 20 ounce fish, 100 ounce barracuda, 1,000 ounce dolphin, 5,000 ounce shark, 10,000 ounce orca, 100,000 ounces is a whale. Not quite a whale then, but I'm an orca. You know what I love about these live feeds is I never hide people's comments. I do my best. Sometimes people get it like it gets over the top and do a bunch of emojis and stuff and you have to hide them. But I really do let anything fly in the comments over there so people can actually, it's great to see because I have all of us fellow silver squirrels are in here and you get some people in here that are trying to talk about some weird stuff in there and you get them all calling them out and it's kind of fun. It's a shame you lost that in a boat accident. It's a funny line in the community. Hey, Rob, keep up that great work, buddy. You are spreading great knowledge and information. Ignore toxic haters who talk all garbage but have less than 100 in their name. Stay blessed. Hey, Paul, I appreciate you, Paul. Thank you, man. Eric Hoffner, I've seen your comment about, I want to say 20 times. I've seen your comment about 20 times, Eric Hoffner. So did you want me to say your name? Is that what you wanted me to do? Because I've said it now. I mean, you said Musk will not pump, dude. I happen to think otherwise. And that's what I've been talking about in this video. So you can say it another 15 times if you want, but I'm still going to say that he should. You know, but I've read it about 20 times now, I would say. So you can say it another 15 times if you'd like, but I did read your comment already. But if you were in Elon Musk's position and you were looking for something to put your treasury into to conserve capital, which is what they released in their filing when they bought the Bitcoin, they said we wanted to conserve capital and we wanted to protect our assets. Well, if you really wanted to protect your assets and you wanted to protect your bottom line, well, buying a material that you need in bulk and then storing that material not only as the material that you use in your industry, but then on top of it, something that is a monetary metal. So you're knocking out multiple birds with one stone. It's a great idea for Elon Musk. And so everybody that says that it's not possible, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I think would be the best possible thing that he could do. And if Elon Musk is as noble of a man as I think he is, well, then he'd stop with the whole Dogecoin thing. You'd stop with the whole Dogecoin thing and you'd start buying the materials that you need. I think that'd be a great play. I think it'd be a fantastic play to go. Actually, we just ordered a lot of silver because we want to store it in our vaults and we use it on a daily basis and we're just going to put it on our bottom line here. You know, you could store it as materials. You know, what a brilliant, brilliant thing to be able to buy if you were, you know, in Elon Musk's position with that kind of a treasury. You know, I think it would be the best thing he could possibly do. You know, I think if you're willing to put 1.5 billion on Bitcoin, why you don't use Bitcoin? Bitcoin, great play, Elon, but you don't use Bitcoin on a daily basis. You do, however, use silver on a daily basis. So you really, it's like, if you're willing to put 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, you should be willing to put 1.5 billion in a material that you actually need that's undervalued and heavily manipulated by the same people that were shorting you. The same people that wanted your company to be shorted into oblivion, Elon. Those people that wanted you to suffer. All those people that wanted you to suffer and wanted your company to fail and go bankrupt and were on CNBC every single day. Andrew Left, Jim Chanos, every day on CNBC wanting you to fail. You know, you remember it when you were sleeping on the top of that warehouse, just doing everything in your power so that the company wouldn't go bankrupt. Those people that wanted you to fail, those are the ones messing with the metals market. Those are the ones, Elon. So is Doggy Coin going to get them? No, this is. And it's something that you need. So I beg to differ with the people saying that he might not do it. I think he might. I think he just well might because it would be a smart decision. It's not really like a hard sell to Elon Musk. You know, Bitcoin was a much harder sell to Elon Musk, and Michael Saylor seems to have been able to pull that off. But silver is a far easier sell for Elon Musk right now. A far easier sell, in my personal opinion. That's how I feel about it. Eyes Only says 1.5 billion equals 50 million ounces of silver at 30 an ounce. Yeah, it adds up, especially when you got a $15 billion treasury. You could buy probably 2, 3, 4, 5 billion easily. You know, everybody say, I just tweeted this to Elon for you. I would love that. Tweet this away at Elon. Tweet this video all over Elon said, and write something that makes him want to see it too. Hey, this guy was talking all kinds of stuff about you, Elon. You know, this guy was talking crazy. Put it all over Twitter. You know, Rob Sultan's talking all about you, Elon. This is what you need to do. Or, you know, he's whatever, just do whatever we have to type to get Elon's attention. If this message gets out there to Elon Musk, I think it would be the most brilliant thing for him to do because it's really not a tough sell for him. It's not like convincing Elon to buy, you know, some random thing. It's really not. And Bitcoin was a much harder sell than silver would be for Elon Musk. He needs it. And if the Green New Deal is what it is, other companies are going to need it too. So you put yourself in a major, major powerful position to acquire this in their treasury because they can dump it whenever they want. They could contact their buddies at Sony, their buddies at Samsung and say, hey, we got a lot of silver and you know, you need a lot of silver and there's a squeeze on it right now. It's hard to find. So we have it and we can provide you the silver, but we need a premium on it. You want that much silver? Well, now we need a bigger premium. You know, it's a very interesting market where it's going to cost more premium to get more of an item. Usually when you get more of an item, it costs less. But in this market, it's probably going to end up costing a bigger premium to get a larger quantity. It's probably going to end up costing people more. It's like, okay, yeah, I can get you a little bit and I might be able to get you a good deal on a little bit. But if you need a lot, we need a bigger premium on that. So you put yourself in a major powerful position to conserve your capital from a diluted dollar, Elon Musk. We have a major diluted dollar. It's only getting more and more diluted. Printing does not solve our problems. It only dilutes our dollar further. And we will likely go into hyperinflation because of this. And I don't believe the dollar index. I don't believe it. I think it should be crashing. That's my personal opinion on it. I think the stocks are devalued based on the fact that the dollar is diluted. And I think that you should be protecting your capital just like you wrote in your actual filings for the reasons you bought your Bitcoin position. And with that being said, everybody, that's everything I really wanted to talk about in this video. Sorry if I got on a bit of a rant there, but this is something that is, when I saw, you know, our buddy Chris from Arcadia Economics, you know, going into the streets and calling out, you know, Jamie Dimon and all the big banks that had all their, everybody's without electricity except for the big banks, right? Because the big banks are better than us. All the people, all the little people out there, right? All of us that need electricity just to stay alive. People were dying from the cold that weren't prepared in Texas, and my heart goes out to them. But no, the big banks at least had their lights on. At least the big banks had their lights on while all the people were struggling. But Jamie, at least your bank had its lights on, Jamie. While you short our markets, while you mess with our money, while you play with while you play charades. Good man you are, Jamie Dimon. Good man you are. So everybody that shares this message out there, everybody that smashes that like button, I really do appreciate it. And I hope this message does get out to more people. I'll do my best to answer a few more questions in here. But there's a lot of comments coming in. We'll do my best. But everybody that can share this message and get it out there to more people, if you want to be subscribed on the channel, please click that red subscribe down below and the bell afterwards. You'll be notified of all future live streams. Again, I kind of do these impromptu. If you're just coming in at the end of this live stream, I effed up that like button. I love it. I love it. Take it out on the like button. Take it out on the like button. Be careful not to unpress your like because you can only hit it one time. I think if you click it twice, it unlikes it or something. So make sure it stays blue. Click it and make sure it stays blue. And let's get that like button up. We're almost at 300 likes. We're almost at 300 likes in this video. So appreciate everybody for smashing that like button. Everybody that wants to share this message out there, maybe it can. I mean, it's a long shot, but maybe it can get the message to Elon Musk that this is way, way more noble of a thing to do than Dogecoin, as I like to call it. Dogecoin is not nearly as noble of a move as, and you're not, this isn't like the big banks aren't shorting Dogecoin. The people that wanted you to fail, Elon Musk, all of those people that wanted you to fail, they're the ones shorting silver. They're the ones manipulating the silver markets. They're not the ones that are in Dogecoin. They're not there. So if you really want to get back at them, Bitcoin is a good start. It's a good start because people are taking money out of the fiat structure and putting it into Bitcoin and essentially removing the fiat from society and putting it into Bitcoin. So that is a start. But this would be a major move, Elon, and it would get back at the people that wanted you to fail. Let's get to some comments in here. Thank you, Rob, for speaking the truth about silver manipulation. M. Howell 99. My pleasure. Thank you for being here, Mr. Howell. Thank you for being here. Dang, I'm out of likes. Can someone like this video for me? Mr. T has been nothing but supportive for the longest time. Mr. T, I appreciate you, man. Fellow Silver Squirrel in the house. Mr. T, appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Always showing mad support. And Debo's in the house too. Debo says, I'm sure Elon Musk is aware of his power. I'm sure Elon Musk is aware of his power. I know he is aware of it, but he might not be aware of this play. And I hope that this video somehow gets some awareness to him. If people tweeted at him, if people reposted on their Instagrams, people posted on their Facebooks, maybe this video is able to spread. Maybe it's able to spread. Maybe more people can see this message and it really does get out there. What's up, Jake? Jake is here from Arkansas. What's up, Jake? Silver futures expire February 24th. I'd have to look into that, Jay, but I appreciate you putting in the comments. I will be here. We'll stay here for another couple minutes here. And so I'm going to be live for just a little bit longer, maybe 5-10 more minutes. I'll get to some more questions here. We'll do some more Q&A. If before you leave the live stream, if you could hit that like button, if we got some information out that you think that you agree with, you wanted to see more people, please do smash that like button. I know all of us YouTubers, we say it a million times and it just is redundant, but if you could, it really does help. Excuse me. But I really, really would appreciate it if you could smash that like button. It means a lot. And if you want to be subscribed to the channel, these are the topics that we talk about on the channel, all about decentralized assets, all about finance. That is what is on this channel. I do my best to not make videos that are just clickbait. This is a real silver bar, by the way. I know we were making jokes in here, but yes, this is a real silver bar. I own Mineral Exchange. I'm in the precious metals business. I'm a full-time precious metals trader, and I do my best to spread real information that I genuinely believe in on this channel. That being said, it's not financial advice, just my opinion. Could be wrong, but I do my best to actually speak my genuine thoughts and my genuine opinions, and would really love to have you as a subscriber on the channel. All you got to do is click red subscribe down below. And if you click the bell afterwards and click all notifications, you'll be notified of all future live streams, all future videos. Would love to have you in the community of us fellow silver squirrels in the house. That silver bar is Photoshop. You know, I'm pretty good at live Photoshop, but Travis, I appreciate that, man. He says, thanks, Rob. You're a needed voice in the space. I believe you. Thank you, Travis Hudson, for being here. Really appreciate that. Jay says, fun times, peace, love, health, all. Appreciate that, Jay. Agency. However, when fiat currency has negative real interest, only a fool wouldn't look elsewhere. Bitcoin is almost as BS as fiat money. The key word is almost. You know, I see them as very different. I see them very different because Bitcoin is completely decentralized in a sense where I know that there is more, and this has been a subject of debate, where there is more miners in certain areas of the world. However, anyone can be a miner, and there are miners all around the world. So you are paying the mining system to move your Bitcoin, and you have this beautiful network in place that ends at 21 million. It's not fiat. It's not fiat. Dogecoin is fiat. Doggy Coin's fiat. That's fiat digital because you can inflate it. You can add more coins to it every year. And I'm sure people say the demand could be more than the inflation, but eventually the demand meets the supply. The supply meets the demand, and eventually it's not a good move to go up 5% a year, whatever the inflation rate is. But Bitcoin is a deflationary asset. It's the first deflationary asset. So I do not agree that it is fiat. It is completely different. Mr. T. What says? Good point, Mr. T. In Houston, all the Bitcoin kids didn't enjoy the blackout at all. Well, that's true, Mr. T. But in that type of a situation, there's really not much that can help you. I mean, it's a rough situation all around. And most of us in Bitcoin are in it for the long haul. It's a stored value in the ether. And I mean, let's be honest. If we have a situation where we don't have electricity, we have far bigger problems than not being able to move our Bitcoin. You know, if we don't have electricity, I mean, look what's happening. People are dying because they don't have electricity to their house. Now, it's a good point. You know, if electricity is down, you can't have your Bitcoin, but it's still stored. If you have your seed phrase, if you have your 12-word seed phrase, you have your Bitcoin. And so wherever you go, wherever you can find electricity eventually, internet eventually, well, you have your seed phrase and you have your Bitcoin. So you do have that money stored somewhere. It would be actually, I mean, I am a huge silver bull, but it would be hard for me to grab this, you know, 30,000 plus worth of silver here in just melt weight. You know, it'd be hard for me to grab this and go, but I could grab my little seed phrase wallet. You know, I have a metal seed phrase wallet. I actually got one from Kobo. That's a pretty great one. We're going to be doing a review, by the way. And they actually said that Kobo is going to provide me some products. So I was buying all of them. Just buying these wallets, but actually some of them are going to start providing us Silver Squirrel some products, which is pretty cool. So basically, I don't buy the whole, just because there's no electricity, the Bitcoin is a bad idea. I think that if you have your seed phrase, then you have your seed phrase. You know, if you have your keys, you have your keys. You can take it and you can store it. So I don't buy that. Yeah, I think the last thing on their mind right now is that they can't spend their Bitcoin. What theirs on their mind, I mean, no electricity means literally some people are dying out there, unfortunately. You know, some people are actually losing their lives because they weren't prepared for this kind of cold weather. And they don't have the food they need. They don't have the water they need. They don't have, you know, there's water lines that are frozen, you know, solid. So they're not getting water. They're not getting all the necessities they need. They can't drive out to go to a grocery store. The grocery stores are all sold out of things they need. So there's people really struggling there in Texas. And we're seeing just how serious it can get that the weather can do this to us. Which is very sad because a lot of people have been fleeing to Texas recently. A lot of people have been leaving places like California and going to Texas, going to Nevada, and all of a sudden we have this crazy cold weather over there. They weren't prepared for this. You know, a lot of people, I have a friend of mine, this friend of mine, Junior, he went out there from California. He's like, I came here in flip-flops. We weren't prepared for this. We weren't prepared for this. What is this? You know, this is crazy. And so they were expecting Texas to be hot, and it's not. It's not over there. And it's actually very serious, the situation down there. So my heart goes out to them. And Chris going in the street like that and showing just how rough it is, and that these certain places have their lights on still and are still using electricity when everybody else is suffering and needs their electricity, you know, is just so wild and so wrong. And my heart goes out to him and all the people that lost their lives out there. It's rough. You still got people, you still got the pumpers of GME stock. How's that working out for you? Remember when I went live and I was talking about how it was way overvalued in the hundreds, multi-hundreds, and now where is it now? Wait, let's take a look at where GME stock is. Let's go look, because we got a GME pumper in the house, and we'll let him do his comments. But we'll just show him where GME is right now. Let's go ahead and look it up. Oh, it's at 40. Fantastic. What a great job. Wow. Woo. GME to the moon. Did a great job on that one. Wow. Oh. Wait a minute. Let's take a look at that month. Oh, wait. Whoa. What happened there? Whoa. Remember when I went live when it was over 200 on GME and I had all those pumpers that were just so mad at me for saying it like it was? And wow, look at that. Wow. What? GME to the moon. To the moon. You got your diamond hands. Although diamond, it's really great they choose the term diamond because diamonds are notorious to lose their value. So diamond hand GME, guys, at 40 a share. Woo! Keep on pumping. I saw your comment. Diamond hands. Well, we got silver hands around here, buddy boy. And I have the video posted where I called GME going down was a terrible investment when everybody peak hype of Dogecoin. I went live and I said I don't believe in it at 8 cents plus. Peak hype on GME when it was in the hundreds. I believe it was like 240 at that time. The weekend prior, I said this is a bad idea, and tanks down now. It's at 40 from 200 plus. Dogecoin down 40%. You know, so I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it how I genuinely feel, and I could be right, could be wrong. In these two situations, I was right. And so I'm not willing to let somebody talk. You can talk as much as you want in the live stream, but people in the live stream remember when I went live and I said what I genuinely felt, and then look what happened. You know, look what happened. It's not me just, these videos are posted. They're posted, and I got a lot of heat at both of them. So eventually, you know, some people, you can tell them, hey, the fire's hot. The fire's hot. Don't put your hand on that. The fire's hot. Some people just have to burn their hand to learn. And I see some people talking about the WallStreetSilver, the Reddit WallStreetSilver situation. So it's out there. The WallStreetSilver situation is out there. What stock am I bullish about? If there was one stock I was interested in, it would be PSLV. I'm not in it. I'm not in any stocks right now. But if I was in one stock, it would be PSLV. I like the idea of PSLV. I think it is the better play, a far better play than SLV, because the average folk can ask for the money. They can ask for their money, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, they can ask for the physical silver. With SLV, the average investor cannot. You have to be a big hedge fund. So yes, I believe PSLV is the better choice. Of any of the mining stocks, I believe in First Majestic of any of the mining stocks, although I'm not big on mining stocks. If there was one that I was bullish on, it would be First Majestic Silver, because I've listened to the CEO. I wrote the CEO's name down. I'll memorize it eventually, but Keith Neumeyer, the CEO of First Majestic. One day I'd love to have a conversation with him, because very smart guy, and he looks to me that he cares about his shareholders a lot more than most mining companies. So First Majestic would be my choice for mining company. If I was looking to get into an ETF for silver, it would be PSLV. PSLV would be my choice. Those would be my two. That's my personal two that I would be getting into. My opinion. Hey, Mike Jones. You should say that another 5 times. I think 2 isn't enough. There you go. 3, 4, 5. Wait. Let's get to 10, Mike Jones. How much can you type that out? Are you copy pasting it at least? Keep putting it in there. There's this 1,061 ounce bar on my table right now. So the internet really is a fun place. The internet's a fun place sometimes. But let's leave them in the comments. Let's laugh at them in the comments, the jokesters. All right, guys. I'm trying to keep these live streams not too long, but if we can get this information out there to more people, would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being part of this live stream. If I missed your question, if I missed your comment, please do go to my Instagram at Rob Sultan on Instagram and shoot me a DM over there. I'm getting back to all DMs that are sent to me on my Instagram. So follow at Rob Sultan on Instagram and then go to the DMs and shoot me a DM. I might have missed out on some subjects here, and I'm learning more. A lot of people told me when I first started talking about SLV, like, oh no, you're uninformed. You got to learn more about SLV. PSLV is the better choice. And it turns out they were right. And I'm not afraid to say that. And so I want to learn from everybody in addition to talking here with everybody here. And so anybody that has something to add on to this conversation, please do tell me that in a DM on Instagram. Just shoot me a follow on Instagram at Rob Sultan on Instagram. Please do subscribe to the channel. Click the red subscribe down below and the bell afterwards. It's completely free to do it. No strings attached. This isn't like Powell. This isn't like Jamie Dimon. There's no strings attached here. If you click the red subscribe, it's totally free, and the bell afterwards, and click all notifications. You'll be notified of all future live streams and everything on this channel. Would love to have you in our Silver Squirrel community here. Again, if I miss your comment, please do send me a DM on my Instagram at Rob Sultan on Instagram. And if you could, before we sign out here, if we can get that like to 400, we're almost at 400 likes. We got 371 likes. If we can get that likes up to 400 before we go off the live stream, that would be just awesome. We're at 372. Would really, really appreciate the likes, because this does get the message out to more people. And hopefully just hopefully we can get this message out to some big tech companies, namely Tesla, but other green companies as well that need silver in their positions. This is a highly needed metal for the green industry. So if you have this Green New Deal coming out and you have all these companies trying to produce solar panels, namely Tesla, electric cars, namely Tesla, well, they need silver and they need a lot of it. So silver's undervalued right now. It's falsely suppressed. And I think it'd be a great play for these big companies in tech that need the silver to buy silver. So I really do. I want this message to get out there. So if everybody could hit that like button, if you could share this message, would really, really appreciate it. Dude gave me $6.90 and says, "Hey, Robbie, what's up, dude? What's up, dude? I appreciate that, man. Thank you." Is Elon going to buy a miner? That would be a good play, but why not just get the physical asset in addition to that? Maybe both. Maybe buy a miner and then on top of it, actually get the physical silver. So if you have both of those, it's like you've covered both bases and you're actually putting yourself at a strategic advantage over your competition, over NEO, over their competition, because they have, an asset that's going up in value and other companies need it. Like so Sony, all these companies, they might beg for Tesla's silver. It'd be very interesting. Silverback apes represent Wall Street Silver. Devin, appreciate the $5, Devin. And yes, I support the Wall Street Silver movement. I think it is very interesting to see 30,000 people in that. Looked in it right before this and was checking out the Reddit page for Wall Street Silver. And they have about 30,000 members in there, which is pretty impressive. And I'm going to go check it out. I'll go make an appearance out there on Wall Street Silver. And I'll go talk with some people in there as well. If anybody wants to share this message on Wall Street Silver, would really appreciate you sharing this message on the Reddit forums over there. So just give you a proper shout out, Devin Craker. Appreciate the $5 and shout out to Wall Street Silver. If you guys want to give me a shout out over there and spread this video over there so this knowledge can get to the masses and hopefully maybe even get to Elon Musk and other companies that need silver for their purposes, for their businesses and for their everything that they're producing. They need the material. I'd really appreciate sharing this message. So thank you, Devin. And I do love to see this Wall Street Silver thing going on. I will go over there and check it out as well. But thank you everybody so much for being part of this live stream. It is always an honor to go live and be able to talk with all of you. Have a great rest of your night. And we are almost at 400 likes. We're at 389 likes, 11 likes away. We can do it. We can do it. You at home who hasn't liked the video would really appreciate it if you like the video. Get us to 400 likes. We're so close. So close. 390 likes. 390 right now. 390. 10 more to go. Oh, 393. 393. 7 more likes. We're almost there. Follow us on Wall Street Silver. I'm going to go check it out. And I'm sure all this fellow silver squirrels in here want to go check it out. 404. We made it over 400 likes. Thank you all so much for being part of this live stream. It has been really fun. Paulie D says could squeeze platinum to 3,000 overnight. Honestly, platinum is a much smaller market cap than all the other precious metals, other than like rhodium. But yeah, it's true. Platinum is a very interesting situation. But thank you everybody for being here. Have a great rest of your night. Gonna be signing out. It's hard for me to sign out, guys. I want to stay live forever, but I do these impromptu. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, please do click that red subscribe down below. It's totally free. Click the bell afterwards and click all notifications. You will be notified of all future live streams. And I do these just completely at random. So you will be notified if you do click the subscribe down below. Really appreciate you being here. Have a great rest of your night. Signing out.